Hi, this is Rob Scott, and I put together a video called The Anatomy of a Raving Fan because I just had this amazing experience. I wanted to share how I created a list of 31 prospects in 2 days, and I turned them into a business of more than $125,000 a year in less than 2 weeks. Okay? Imagine this. Imagine going to a conference with absolutely no plans of getting clients or selling a thing, but leaving with a stack of 31 cards, many of whom already wanted to do business with you. And then weeks later, having turned away working with some of them because you're literally at capacity. I ran out of space to help these people, okay? So this is a huge breakthrough for me. And the technique that I used, it's such a big breakthrough. Being able to generate this group of prospects and drive business like this literally changes the game, okay? And I got to share that the 125, the 125,000 that I'm talking about, it's actually a really conservative number for two reasons. First, the number should just be higher. I literally had to stop selling because I have no more time to serve this group. And the number will go up when I solve how to serve them in different ways, which I'm getting more clear on. Second, some of them will refer me and the group will grow. So I know minimally we're at that number. So why am I telling this to you? I want to describe how a regular guy like me, I'm not known, I'm not a star, nobody knew me at this conference. How do I walk in there and leave with business like this? This isn't just for conferences, okay? This is the old school stuff that is underneath all businesses working well, especially the online marketing and selling that so many of us are trying to do. And when we get this right, when we get this part right, everything else gets a whole lot easier. Okay, but basically I want to show you the power of thinking about marketing and selling a little bit differently so that you can create raving fans. So what's a raving fan? The anatomy of a raving fan. A raving fan is someone who will buy all your stuff, right? They don't want the free version. A true fan buys the music. He or she doesn't try and get it for free or download it or get around paying for it. They feel the value in it and are totally willing to pay. In fact, I've had an experience recently where I already had a free copy of a song from someone and I liked it so much I wanted to go buy it just to support the artist, right? Because I'm a fan of their music. So raving fans also refer people. They talk about you on Facebook. They ask to work with you before you even offer it. And all of this has happened to me since this conference, okay? So, and yes, you can do this even if you hate marketing or selling or just don't do it that well. It's totally easy to do this if you don't have a great website or any website. You don't have to be using social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Like none of that stuff is in what I'm about to share with you. And let me tell you what I had going for me, okay? My card was horrible. In fact, I didn't even think I needed cards because I wasn't really trying to get business, but I was going to a conference, so why not have them, right? I'd ordered nice ones, but they weren't in yet. So I just had simple ones made up at Staples really fast. And I'm looking at one now. It's ugly. It's wrong. It's not exactly how I really would want to represent myself, all right? I also had no working website. My business is basically selling how to use the web to make money, and I have no website live. The thing on my business card is pointing to not anything. That's a huge potential disconnect for my market and what I was trying to do. In fact, many people challenged me on this, but it really didn't matter much in the end because I was giving away a lot of value, okay? And I'll explain what I was doing there. So the only technology that I used was a little web application that cost $29 per year to schedule people. And this is totally optional, as I could have scheduled people manually if I'd wanted to. This just made it a lot more simple to do. Oh yeah, and I needed a phone, okay? I needed to, I do my business on the phone. So I did use that level of technology, but nothing else was going on for me. So this is important. I want to call out a really important point here. Your website is not your business. Technology in general is not your business. You're not going to put up a website and make business and all that, okay? Your ability to solve problems or help people accomplish things, that is your business, all right? That's what's really important here, okay? All the technology you use are just tools. They help you systematize and amplify your message, but they're not your business, okay? So what happened? What's the story? My really good friend was putting on an amazing conference in San Diego with her partner, and they are world-class, tip-top at helping new business owners and especially holistic entrepreneurs build their businesses and serve the world. What they're doing is really, really cool. Okay, so I was super excited to attend. First, I knew that I would learn a ton. These guys are both brilliant. I've already learned so much from them. But I was also thrilled to just be there and support my friend and experience what she was up to in the world, etc. Okay, and the only reason I'm sharing that is that I literally had no intention of selling. That wasn't on my mind. My business was busy when I got there. For a long while now, I've basically had a 2-day-a-week coaching practice as one arm of my business. All right, and the rest of my business, I work on programs and products, and I do very well, and I don't have to work very hard, and I kind of like that. That works for me. All right, and honestly, if I'd even thought of getting clients at this thing, when I first got there, I kind of thought that most of these were newer businesses, and they probably weren't my ideal client because I'm kind of expensive, and I just sort of made assumptions, which we should never do, by the way, but I was making assumptions that maybe they can't afford me or whatever. So rather than try to get business, it was really easy for me to just fall into this helping mindset. Okay, I want you to think about that, a helping mindset. This is really important because I had no intention to sell anything. And that actually helps you sell stuff when it's authentic and real. So I wasn't faking it. I just really had no intention of selling anything. So I just started having conversations with people. I began meeting these amazing women. It was primarily women business owners. There were some men there too, but it was a lot of women who were doing really cool things with their businesses. They're helping people get healthy. I have a deep interest in that, so it was really interesting. I decided to help as hard as I could, and I was brutally honest with them around what I saw wrong with their marketing. I'm a marketing coach. That's kind of what I do, okay? But you might think I chose to be brutally honest because it didn't matter whether they hired me or not. That's not really it, okay? I'm committed to radical honesty in my life to some degree. There's obviously boundaries. You don't absolutely say everything to everybody, but I know it's the best way to help someone as a coach. Most of us in life get, oh, that's nice, and hey, well done, I love your logo from the people in our lives. But when I have food on my chin, please tell me, okay? I want to know. And so when I talk with you, you're going to hear my true opinion about your business. But the fact that this level of honesty can be slightly shocking is actually a really good thing to drive business. You actually wake people up to pay attention, right? It's kind of important. So don't just shock, you also need to help. I'm not just there to shock people, I really genuinely want to help them. Nobody anywhere wants to hear, hey, your brand isn't that powerful, or you don't know how to eat, or your lawn is not being tended well if you're a landscaper, and then the person just walks away. It's not like we just want to be shocking only. Instead, I give my all in that first little meeting to be honest, right? And then help as hard as I can. I give them the best advice that I have in the moment. So helping always works. This is not niche specific. It doesn't depend on what your field of expertise is. If you're a fitness guru, share the real deal about how to eat and work out. If you're a relationship expert, let people know how hard it is to love someone and the mistakes we make but we don't want to talk about. That might be shocking but also really helpful. If you're a landscaper, tell me the truth about why my lawn sucks and then exactly what to do about it, right? Helping always works. It's not just I help you with marketing so I'm interesting. This works anywhere. So back to the conference, okay? At the breaks and at dinner, I start to become brutally honest, and maybe sometimes a little shocking, but that wasn't necessarily my intention, but I was just really honest with people. But more than that, I was helping people as hard as I could. And here's what happened next. I created a few fans, okay? This whole talk that I put together here is about creating raving fans. So I want you to really watch what happened next. People started raving. All right, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like the Beatles entered the building and people went nuts or anything, but my name was mentioned at the mic in the front of the room by one person and then another, and then I think over the time a third and maybe even more than that, but more than once it was mentioned that people should go meet me and get help from me, all right? Now, I'm not special. I've seen this happen before with a fitness guy who was giving tips at a conference. Things like this actually happen all the time. But it didn't have to happen, all right? It didn't matter. It helped a lot, but it didn't matter that they were up at the mic talking about me. They don't have to rave, okay? Because even if no one had mentioned me anywhere, I still would have had fans because of how much I was helping people. And that's the special sauce, all right? Let's really pay attention to that. I was helping people and they were becoming fans of my help. It's just that when they're raving, of course, the message gets amplified, and that's really, really powerful. So my breaks were now full, the breaks at the conference, right? People wanted to talk with me at all the breaks. People wanted to talk with me a lot, and so I got to help a lot more people, which is great for me, and it's great for them. Okay, I had a line of one person or two people, sometimes five people, and some people are like, I can't talk to you yet. Here's my business card, right? Once you help people, they would usually like to get what? They want to get more help. Okay, so now I realize it's actually time to gather prospects, whether I want to or not. This is fantastic. There's a lot of people here I'd like to work with. Let's start gathering prospects. So how do I do that? Okay, I started to offer anyone I thought I could really help a 20 to 30-minute conversation after the conference. Okay, and I started accepting business cards, which is just gathering prospects. Now I'm doing it with business cards, but you can be doing it with a list online or putting an Excel file together of the people you know or whatever. This is just gathering prospects. Okay, I actually got more than 31 cards, but I later narrowed them down to the ones I felt I could really help and the people I would really like to work with should that become an option. I filtered the prospects. I got it down to just who I really knew I could help and also would want to work with. And then I kept helping. I came home from the conference, I looked at my calendar to see where things would fit, and I moved some stuff around. And I used a web application to offer my time to this, slim group of people that were pretty awesome, that I thought were cool and that I might be able to help. And then on those individual calls, I helped as hard as I could for 20 or 30 minutes. That's all I did, okay? And then I made an offer. At the end of the call, I simply invited people to work with me into a coaching relationship, right? And I closed a lot of clients. And that's really sort of the end of the story. I walked people in very naturally to closing a lot of clients. So how did this really work? What really happened here? I created raving fans by educating and serving instead of marketing and selling. And so wasn't it great that I literally had no intention of selling or marketing? And so that wasn't even on the table. I just kind of fell into that helping mindset. How can I help these people? I was authentic in my service to others. And I knew when to make an offer to work with me. All right, that is important. If you're going to actually close clients or sell things or do anything, you need to know sort of when to make the offer. All right, so here's the deal. We don't want to buy a $10,000 thing from a stranger. All right, I want you to imagine being on the street or maybe being somewhere and someone comes up to you and they look totally trustworthy and nice. And you may even really want what they have. They smile at you, they're lovely, they're charming, and they're like, hey, I have this thing that you really want. It costs $10,000, right? It's like, most of us would run the other way. I don't know you. That's too much money. What are you talking about? It's just, we don't have the relationship with that person to invest that kind of money. But instead, imagine maybe a fitness coach, all right, at the gym next to you. All of a sudden, they offer you some help for free. Then over time, they create a relationship. They show you their value. And through serving and helping, they gain you as a client. We might, over time, over the next few years of whatever they cost a month, spend way more than $10,000 with them, not even realizing it, feeling great about it and all that. But that person didn't try and sell us a $10,000 thing right away. Okay, we walked into it. So there's a 7-step formula to drive business. And if we're talking about the conference, right, this is exactly how you can get a ton of clients from a conference if you want to. But these are also the exact same steps if you use technology and a website to build your list of prospects and make offers that way. All right, step 1, start conversations. Step 2, help people. Maybe even shock them a little bit with your honesty and your expertise. Step 3, once you've helped them, invite them to spend more time with you. Say something at a conference like, I wish we had more time to discuss your stuff. Would you like to spend 20 or 30 minutes on the phone and we can work on your issue then? Then get their business card. Get sticky with them. Get their contact information. Online, that's get them to sign up and get a free report and get their name into your list, right? But basically get the contact information. And then next, go home and schedule calls with the people you've met. And then spend 20 or 30 minutes actually helping them as hard as you can, okay? And ultimately, know when to invite them to work with you. And here's what's important. Then stop helping, okay? It's really important to understand this. We need clear boundaries around the helping part, okay? It's a huge mistake to endlessly give and give and give. And quote unquote, I think Dan Kennedy calls them marketing chickens, right? Marketing chickens do this. When we're scared to actually make an offer and we've heard all these ideas of, oh, we should help. So we end up having lists online or we go places and we just keep helping. Sure, I'll take another call. Sure, I'll help you. We need to actually stop helping and have really clear boundaries around that. Now, another idea is as much as you can, have no plan when meeting and helping. Just genuinely help, but your business needs a clear plan on when it is time to offer your services, okay? I help as hard as I can for a limited amount of time, And then guess what? They need to hire me if we're going to go any further. Okay? The free line, really important idea here. This is a huge mistake people make, endlessly giving free content and quote unquote moving the free line. Moving the free line is really important, but it's often really misunderstood. It means giving great stuff first, but not giving tons of stuff forever. Okay, we want to give our best stuff out, but then very quickly we want to move into a selling conversation or some type of close or some type of offer, because if they don't want to buy quickly, the truth is they probably never will. All right, and if we keep giving them stuff, we're training them just to take our free stuff, basically. So here's another thing that's important. New rule: take it one step at a time. It's important to take it no further than one step at a time. I am not trying to get a client when I meet them. I'm in the moment fully trying to help. Really. Like, there's no intention of this guy's going to be a client, how can I do it, whatever. I'm just genuinely helping. And then when we have our deeper session, again, I'm trying to help. But now I'm starting to think, are they a fit for me? Like, is this somebody that I might want to make an offer to? And then next, only if they're a good fit for me, I offer a heartfelt invitation to go further. So let's wrap this up, okay? We've learned a few key things here, including really how to create a list of prospects. We want to use honey. We want to use what they are interested in, and what they're interested in is help. Actually, help them first, okay? And then how to offer things to a list to move them along that marketing funnel, right? We don't just say, here's the $10,000 thing. We say, here's a little bit of help, maybe a free report or a conversation with me that's helpful. Then here's a little bit more of my time or a deeper thing that I'm giving away maybe. And then after that, at the end of the marketing funnel, we need to move them into a selling conversation. You don't need a website or technology, all right? You might need a phone, but you do need the fundamental business where you help people solve problems or accomplish something. If you don't know what that is in your business, you're going to be spinning your wheels and not understanding why things aren't working. So what else have we learned? Instead of doing marketing, work hard to educate your prospect. Instead of doing selling, work hard to serve your prospect. And then have a clear business plan where you can educate and serve, but then you must make an offer, okay, or an invitation to work with you. People are ready to buy early or probably not at all. Now this of course depends, there's longer sales cycles, and we definitely want to keep good relationships with people. It's not like they're cut off forever, but you need to be really clear about how much you're serving and at what point you're making your offer. All right, so what if you did this too? What if you could walk into a conference anywhere and know exactly what to do to end up with more clients or customers than you could handle? Wouldn't that be like kind of amazing? What if you learned how to amplify that process using technology so that you could not do one at a time, but create 10, 100, maybe 1,000 raving fans and beyond, and figure out how to serve them and what to do for them, right? Be amazing. Whatever you're doing in business, you should ask yourself, how can I help them first? And then have a clear structure for you to make an offer to them to get more. Okay, this changes everything, all right? This doesn't only work at conferences. This is how you should set up everything in your business. Marketing becomes educating, selling becomes serving, and you create raving fans by educating and serving, okay? So listen, thank you very much. I hope you got a lot out of this video. I'll be sharing some more information on taking it past doing it sort of manually, all right? Automating this process so that you can really grow your fans fast and well. So stay tuned for that. I want to thank you very much for your time, and best of luck to you in all things. I wish you lots of prosperity and happiness in your life, okay? Be well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.